Hi, my name is Stephanie Joy Phillips. I'm the founder of World Childless Week, and I'm here with Sarah Jane Smith, who's going to do a meditation on self-compassion. So welcome, Sarah Jane. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm literally going to, now you've come in, you're going to take charge, you're going to take control and lead us through this relaxing session. So I shall turn off my camera and come back shortly at the end.
Okay, sounds great. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Jane, as Steph said, and thank you so much for being here. I've been practicing yoga for about 18 years and teaching for 11. I live on a small island off the west coast of Canada. It's called Salt Spring Island, and I run a yoga studio here. And my journey to accepting my childless life, embodiment practices like yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises have been instrumental. The word embodiment means coming home to yourself, coming home to your body. And so through yoga, through the movement aspect of yoga, really gets me back in touch with my body. And that's something, the connection there has been really severed through my experience with infertility and chronic illness. I used to, years ago, practice silent meditation, but through the struggles of grief and overwhelming feelings, silent meditation kind of just wasn't available. It didn't really feel like the right thing. So really turned to guided meditation because that feels like there's somebody there, there's a guide that can really bring me back into the present moment, as opposed to me just sort of like spinning around in my own feelings. But these tools have really continued to help me work through grief, help me to become grounded and to trust my body and trust myself, which was that aspect of myself was really eroded and kind of got lost along the way. And I feel like all of these are required for me to embrace the life that I'm living now. In the past 2 years, I've started to share my story more and move forwards into the possibility of what life holds for me without a child. And I've been leading embodiment workshops and classes for other childless women to sort of share these tools and add to the healing that's available. So I'm very honored to be part of this day around moving forward and sharing this self-compassion guided meditation with you. And because I don't actually think that it's possible to move forwards with childlessness without self-compassion. So, what is self-compassion? There's a self-compassion researcher and author and practitioner. Her name is Dr. Kristen Neff, and she has this great description of self-compassion. I'm just going to read it to you here. She says, self-compassion is a practice of goodwill, not good feelings. In other words, even though the friendly, supportive stance of self-compassion is aimed at the alleviation of suffering, we can't always control the way things are. If we use self-compassion practice to try and make our pain go away by suppressing it or fighting against it, things will likely just get worse. With self-compassion, we mindfully accept that the moment is painful and embrace ourselves with kindness and care in response, remembering that imperfection is part of the shared human experience. And this allows us to hold ourselves in love and connection, giving ourselves the support and comfort needed to bear the pain, while providing the optimal conditions for growth and transformation. So you can see that the practice isn't about covering up feelings with false positivity or sort of like trying to shove them down. Instead, it's about sort of meeting and accepting the parts of ourselves that are in pain, and then directing self-care, self-compassion to those parts of ourselves. So does that make sense? Does that explanation of self-compassion make sense? Maybe a few of you can pop in the chat just to let me know that we're on the same page. Great, Steph says yes. That's good. Fabulous. Okay. So we're going to start with what's known as a check recheck. So we check in with ourselves at the beginning. Oh, that's great. Lots of people are saying yes. Perfect. So check in with ourselves at the beginning, and then we do a recheck at the end to acknowledge what may or may not have shifted, or any insights or awareness that came through as a result of the practice. So just as you are right now, without changing anything, check in. How do you feel in your physical body? How do you feel in your emotional body? And what's your mood or your state of mind? And if anybody feels like putting a few answers to those questions in the chat, that would be great. I'm tired emotionally and physically. Yep, I can see that, Steph. I'm working really hard. Okay, great. Yeah, so just acknowledging what you're coming to this with. And it's really important to start a meditation from a grounded place. As you might have heard, people talk about being grounded or getting grounded, but it can be hard to be grounded, especially if you're in a heightened state. So a great way to access that sensation of grounding is to tune into your senses. That's where we tune into the physical body. So what do you feel right now? So you might be sitting on the ground, you might be sitting in a chair, you might be lying down. Can you feel where your body touches whatever it's touching? And then how about bringing in some other senses? So what do you see in your room where you are? What do you hear? What do you hear outside of the room that you're in? Like maybe you can hear outside, maybe you can hear birds, maybe you can hear traffic, maybe it's windy. Colors and shapes are there. What kind of light or shadows around? Are there smells in the room? So gathering all of your senses, your whole self, into here and now. And something I find helpful to pair with this meditation is what's known as compassionate touch. So it's a physical action of compassion. It's a simple way to feel support when feelings are big. And touch helps us feel safe by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's bringing us down from a fight, flight, fawn, or freeze response into rest, digest, heal, and reveal mode. And the cool thing about the body is that it will respond to caring touch and feel comforted, whether it's your hand or somebody else's. Your body doesn't know the difference with caring touch. but has all of those benefits. So there's a few options to try out, and you're welcome to try them. If you feel it's not right for you, then don't do it. Or if there's another option of compassionate touch that you already know works for you and that I don't suggest, do that. So if you are working through the options, just with each option, let your hand rest and feel the warmth on your body. So you can start by putting your hand on your chest. You can choose either hand, whichever feels best. You could try both. And your hand might remain still, or maybe you like the sensation of moving your hands in slow circles. You could try both hands. Maybe what you need right now is a hug, so crossing your arms. And again, your hands could remain still, or maybe you like the sensation of your hands moving up and down your arms. So those are just a few options. And choose whichever one feels best. And now settle into your position, the position that you want to be in for the duration of the meditation. So you could be sitting down in a chair on the floor, or maybe it feels better for you to lie down. And support yourself as you're needed. If you're a bit cold, maybe put on a blanket or put on a sweater. And as you settle into your position, let your breath flow a little bit deeper and a little bit wider. And feel your body rising and falling. And let your belly go soft. And relax your arms. And soften all the tiny muscles of your face. Your eyes could be open or closed. And again, bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are touching either the ground or the chair. And connect with the solidity of what's beneath you. And feeling how it supports your body, how it's stable, it's not going anywhere. If at any point you start to feel too much, like it's overwhelming and it's just too much, come back to the feeling of your body in strong contact with what's physically supporting you. Use the tool of grounding in place by coming back to your senses. So if you're starting to feel too much and you have your eyes closed, you open your eyes, look around. Start to widen the scope of your hearing. So these are your measures that you can put in place to regulate how far you want to go with this. And now tune into the feelings that are present for you right here, right now on this day. What's there? Notice if you feel discomfort in your body as you tune into your feelings. Acknowledge where that is if you do feel discomfort in your body when you acknowledge your feelings. And now acknowledge your pain. And try saying to yourself, this hurts. This is painful. Or any other words of acknowledgement that you need to hear. Now try saying to yourself, I am not alone. Everyone else here experiences this just like me. This is how it feels when childless women struggle in this way. I'm not alone. Everyone else here experiences this just like me. This is how it feels when childless people struggle this way. And tune into the sensations of your compassionate touch. And try saying to yourself, may I be kind to myself. May I give myself what I need. May I be kind to myself. May I give myself what I need. Perhaps there are particular words of kindness and support that you need to hear right now. What would those be? If you're having difficulty finding the right words, imagine that a dear friend or loved one is experiencing exactly what you are right now. What would you say to this person? Now see if you can offer that same message of support and kindness to yourself. And repeat the phrases over and over, feeling the sensation of compassionate touch. Slowly gather your awareness back to your breath, to your physical body, the parts of your body that are in contact with the ground or your chair. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Let a long breath go out of your mouth. Do this a few more times. If you have your eyes closed, you can slowly let them open. And then once again, take a look around you. Ground yourself in this place. What do you see? What are the shapes, the colors? What do you hear? What do you smell? We could take a couple of minutes to reflect on your experience. You could do this by silently contemplating, or you could do this by writing. If you have a pen and paper there, you could write down the phrases or words of kindness and support that you use during your meditation. You could reflect on how compassionate touch felt to you, and writing as a reminder of where you chose to put your hand so that you can remember it and use it the next time that you need. Let's take a minute or so here. Finish up any contemplation or writing, knowing that you can come back to this at any time. And then do a recheck. How do you feel in your physical body now? Have there been any changes, any shifts? How about in your emotional body? How about in your mood or state of mind? And only if it feels safe and right for you to do so, and you want to, you could share in the chat any shifts or changes or insights. Great, yes. Keep remembering to tell myself no one is perfect. I have to be patient with myself and others and try again. Yes. I feel better, a little stronger perhaps. Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. And whatever you do for the rest of the day, whichever time zone you're in, for me, it's 9:30 in the morning. For you, it might be later in the evening, but whatever is ahead for you this day and even into tomorrow, see if you can pull this self-compassion that you cultivated here along with you, and remembering the compassionate touch, remembering those phrases, those words of kindness. There is going to be a recording of this meditation that Steph is going to put up on the website right after we're done here. It might take a day or so to do, but it will be there. I also have free resources, recorded meditations on my website, which is embodiedpossibility.com. And that will also be linked through the World Childless Week website, right, Steph?
Yes, I shall make sure that when the recording goes up, there is a link to your website as well, so people can see exactly what you do and what you offer.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're lucky I didn't fall asleep.
You said that might be a chance before we started this.
Yeah. It was really relaxing. Oh, excuse me, my voice is going. It was really relaxing, and it was nice because you could use your words as well to go to different areas. Even though it was focused on childlessness, it was easy to sort of go somewhere else, because for me personally, I went towards a personal issue rather than childlessness at the moment. So it was nice there was that freedom within your words to actually sort of guide myself a little bit as well. But yeah.
Which is such the way of self-compassion, giving yourself what you need right now, So yeah, it's an amazing tool. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's just taking time for yourself and realizing, one, you deserve it. Two, you can do it. It's not something that's hard and you have to learn. Having a guided meditation like this, it could be something you can find them, on YouTube for 5-10 minutes or something longer, and it's just getting used to knowing, like you say, looking what's around you, seeing what's around you, and just letting those things float by and come into your head and disappear, and just focusing on your voice really and letting the moment be, I would say.
Yes, exactly. Wonderfully put.
Yeah, so thank you so much for doing that.
You're very welcome.
It was a lovely sort of way to peacefully end the afternoon before the
Right, you're in the afternoon, yes.
Yeah. Of course, you're in the afternoon. You're not. You're starting the day. I'm in the afternoon. I have one more webinar to go. Oh my goodness me, can't believe it. But yes, so I can go into that now, feeling fresh, feeling lighter.
Great.
Sad.
Yeah.
So it's lovely that you did that for us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's lovely that you've been part of World Childless Week this year. People are saying thank you as well, and they feel stronger, peaceful. Lots of positives in there.
Great. I'm glad that you feel that way. Thank you so much.
So thank you again, and I'll end this webinar here, and we'll see you another time, another place, hopefully.
Yes.
Bye.